In today's video, we're talking about another former WWE and TNA star potentially coming back to WWE. Ooh, this one's a good one. Also, we're going to talk about some massive plans for a WWE faction on Raw. And of course, this whole talk about TKO selling WWE. Well, we have a major update from TKO. And if you guys want more videos like this, don't forget to click that subscribe button. This way you never literally miss a video on this channel. I'm talking about a ton of stuff every single day. And it's very interesting to see how things change over a course of time. And really, that's why I want to start off with TKO. I just want to make this update. It's important that we make these kind of updates on topics that we're talking about because, of course, there's a lot of speculation about things. There's a lot of things that are being said. However, TKO is coming out and basically denying this. So for those who are curious about a potential sale, those who think Vince McMahon is trying to buy TKO and that TKO would be willing to sell to him, to those who believe Jonathan Coachman, to those who have read the Yahoo Finances article like I did yesterday, TKO is shutting it down. They are not looking to sell the WWE, and it doesn't make financial sense for them to sell the WWE. WWE is very profitable for TKO, and WWE and UFC, now they have a unified staff. There's just a lot of things that TKO has done to prepare its future with WWE. And so there's a lot of people who have come out and they want to speculate that TKO is selling WWE based on these rumors and reports. And of course, that's why we talk about rumors and reports. And that's why we bring updates to those rumors and reports, because it is important to know exactly what is actually being said. Now, I just want to throw this out there because I feel like one of the big interesting topics regarding TKO is that some people feel as if TKO was bringing in WWE so that way they can quickly flip the company for a profit. And it would make sense, right? Because if you look at WWE, you know, they obviously they're doing record gates and stuff like that. But Endeavor as a company, man, I got to give them some props. They've done something with the UFC that is being done with the WWE now that makes them valuable long term, and that is the brand. That is making sure that the brand is bigger than everything else. And that was something that Vince McMahon was good at. This is something that TKO is even better at. And I think for Endeavor, they've hit a home run by being the company to acquire WWE. Now, what will be very interesting is to see how everything transpires, 10 years from now. You never know 10 years from now what will happen. But as of now, TKO is shutting it down. And there's going to be no more speculation on this channel unless there was a massive update. All right, guys, let's talk about it. WWE Raw. We got some plans for 2 NXT stars. According to a new report from Bodyslam.net, it appears that WWE has pitched internally the idea of bringing in Ethan Page and Ricky Saints to WWE Raw. But that's not the only thing. The plan is for them to join Seth Rollins' new faction. This would be massive because this would be a huge, huge deal, right? Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman. Now you add 2 more people and you have a 6-man group, and there's no signs of WWE slowing down. The idea is that WWE really has like big plans for this group. Ethan Page and Ricky Saints are 2 guys that would be great on the main roster. And what's nice about this is that they can join the group and they're not necessarily in a situation where they are forced to immediately being pushed to the moon, which is something that I think happens a lot in professional wrestling, where it's like, okay, somebody comes in and the idea is, okay, we're going to push them right away to the world championship. That's not fair, bro. And it's not right. There's there's too many people, too many stories going on. You have to do something in a way that makes them feel important without necessarily holding world championship gold. So in the sense that Ricky Saints and Ethan Page are given that opportunity, dude, that is a very good scenario for them. They would be in a very prominent group with very prominent TV time. There would be a lot of support for them, being that WWE is going to take this seriously. I like it. Now, my concern that I have, and it's the one concern that I have, and obviously it's kind of premature to complain about it, but the one thing I would say is WWE definitely just has to explain the logic of Ethan Page and Ricky being in this group. together. And that's because they've been feuding in NXT. So Ricky dropped the North American Championship to Ethan Page, and that's kind of one of the reasons why, they've been feuding. How does Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, and how do these guys explain that all of a sudden they're friends? And that's really the big thing. That's really the big thing that, if you're going to do that, if they're going to come in together, that's really the big thing, is you have to do it logically. Now, if you're only bringing in Ethan or you're bringing in Ricky and you're only adding one member, then it's a little bit different. But if you're adding in both, then it makes a lot of sense that you would have to logically explain why they're on good terms. And WWE kind of did that regarding Bronson Reed and Seth, because you got to remember, Bronson Reed and Seth were going at it before, and now they're obviously cool. So you just have to logically explain that. You can't throw away people's intelligence. You can't insult their intelligence, that kind of ordeal. But I like both of these guys a lot. I think this would be really exciting to see how it unfolds. All right, guys, Gail Kim. WWE is being very hush, hush, hush about this, but a new report from Fightful Select has indicated that WWE is interested in bringing in Gail Kim now that she's available and free and clear from TNA. Now, with that being said, there has actually been some talk, and WWE has been very quiet about this, but Gail Kim has been seen backstage at the WWE Performance Center for NXT. And the report basically notes that when WWE sources were asked about her presence, they did confirm that she was there, but they have stated that she is not officially with the company as of this moment. Gail Kim at one point said she would never return to this company. And obviously with TKO and the regime change and everything, it's looking like it very well could happen. I highly implore you guys, if you guys don't watch TNA, if you guys weren't familiar with Gail Kim's work behind the scenes with Impact Wrestling, please do your research. I could sit here, talk for like 45 minutes about some of the great stuff that she's done, but Gail Kim is a person who gets a lot of credit for Impact and how they handled the women's division. And, the thing is, it's one thing to have a little bit of influence in creative, and it's another to be a mentor, and then also to be an agent and to help produce. But she is somebody that could wear many hats, and Gail Kim is just so awesome, bro. So awesome. And I've said this before. I really, in my honest and genuine opinion, AEW, WWE, it doesn't matter the company. Whoever picks up Gail Kim will immediately benefit from her being there. And NXT takes women's wrestling very seriously, which would be phenomenal because Gail Kim, one of my favorites of all time, but she just understands this so well. It's like, you're going to take something good, you can make it great. And that's why I'm super excited to see how this all unfolds. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys later.